Hello everyone, it's Jessica Michaels here with another Cherry on Top YouTube hop. This month's hop theme is traditions, and our favorite tradition as a family around this time of year is to go out to the tree farm and get our Christmas tree. So I have used a cut file today that says Merry, 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 and I am going to use that as a kind of like a background on my page here. As you can see, I trimmed out a little border. That way I can use the middle of that big 12 by 12 piece of paper for something else, like maybe even backing some of these letters. So this isn't the typical kind of cut file that I deal with. I actually cut this cut file onto my background paper, which is just some white cardstock, and then I'm going to back each letter with a different patterned paper because I have a ton of scraps from this Hard Candy Christmas Simple Stories collection. So I'm just going to use some scraps today to back all of these letters, and it's super easy to back this one. So if you have cut files like this that are just words, you can simply just cut them out of your background paper. When you have it in your Cricut Design Space software, you just line it up on your mat whenever you go to cut and tell it to cut it wherever you want it to be on your page, and that will cut it out exactly where you want it, like this. And I wanted mine kind of in the middle from the up and down perspective, but kind of shifted towards the left side. So my photos are going to go on the right. There you can see I did all of my backing by just cutting out squares and just taping them to the back side of my layout. And now I'm just taking my brad setting tool and punching a whole bunch of holes all around each letter. This is where my crazy side comes in. Every once in a while, I get a wild hair that I want to hand stitch on a layout, and I always hate myself for it, like the first letter in or the first little bit in, but then I end up really loving it by the end. And when the end result is finished, I absolutely love the way that hand stitching looks on a layout. So, you know, a little crazy at first, just going back and forth with all the stitching. I do start from the back side of my layout. That way I can tape that tail to the back side and you're never going to see that. And then I just go back and forth to do my straight stitches. You can do a chain stitch here if you know how, or any other kind of stitch, but I just really wanted it to be just simple and just that simple straight stitch for mine. So I just went back and forth through the holes, and there you can see how good it looks when it's finished. I used some of the ombre variegated embroidery floss from the shop, and it's just beautiful because it's kind of like it's an ombre color. Each thread is a different color shade, so you get a red thread, a green, or a pink like I've used here, but it's kind of an ombre effect to them. So they vary throughout the stitching in each letter, and I just love the way that it looks. I've got 3 photos that I'm using here today of us out in the tree farm, picking out our tree and my husband hauling it out of the tree farm. And normally, if we go to one of the bigger tree farms around here, we have a cart for this, but this one's pretty close to the road, so we usually just drag it out ourselves or carry it. And we usually get a pretty small tree in perspective because our ceilings are about 7 feet, so we don't stuff a huge tree in our house right now. Now, the house that we will be moving to in our farmhouse has a humongous space for a Christmas tree, so I am super excited for maybe possibly next year we will have our first Christmas in there. So we'll see, and maybe we can get a really tall and gigantic tree. But then I'm gonna have to get some more ornaments, you know, because I won't have enough ornaments to go around. Maybe I'll just have a lighted tree. I have some Bella Florence alphas. These are not in stock anymore, unfortunately, but I have a huge stock of them. So I am using those to spell out the word tradition at the bottom. And I just made that say Merry, Merry, Merry Tradition. And that's just what this is about. This is our favorite tradition around the holidays. We just love going to that tree farm and getting our tree, picking it out. The kids absolutely love going. Onyx doesn't really know what's going on at this point, but this year she's 3, so she might have a better idea of what we're doing and what's happening, and the boys just absolutely love it. So it's just a really fun time for us. I really love these tags from this Hard Candy Christmas line, but I'm just going to use one at the top of my photo strip here to just kind of make it look like it's a strip of photos on this tag. So I'm just trimming out the hole, and then I'm just going to stuff it under here in behind my photos. I've also cut up that little scallop border that you see on the right side of my photos. That came from the the border strip sheet of paper from the same collection, and you can cut apart all of those borders, and I've just cut apart the green one and chosen to use that one today. And I just love the way that Cutfile looks. You can grab that Cutfile in the Cherry on Top shop. I will also link everything that I've used down below in the description for you. And just remember, this is a hop video, so if you follow along in all the videos from everyone that's participating today in this hop from the design team, I'm going to leave all the links down below in my description for you, so you can just click on each video and leave a comment on each one of our videos in order to be entered into winning a $25 Cherry on Top gift certificate from the shop. So follow along on all of the creators' videos from the design team playing along today. I'm just finishing this one off with a few of these little word phrases from the Tim Holtz sticker book. This is the Christmas sticker book. It was in stock. I believe it's out of stock momentarily. It seems like every time I go to make these videos anymore, I start with things that are in stock for you guys, and then they seem to go out of stock by the time my video is posted. So my apologies, but a lot of times those items do come back in stock. You can actually go to my gallery in the Cherry on Top website, and if you view my gallery, you can bring up this one. It has all the products listed that I've used, and you can actually add those to your wish list or be notified of them coming back in stock. So that's something that you can do. If you see something on here that I've used that you really want, you can just hit that notify button. So I am just adding some Stitches stickers on here real quick by Pretty Little Studio, and then that's gonna do it for this one. So I'm gonna link everything down below in the description, as I mentioned, along with everyone from the design team playing along today with this hop. So make sure you follow along, and you can check out all the other creators and all of their beautiful creations today, because I know everyone's got something super fun for you today. I've already seen some of them, and they're just gorgeous. So thank you guys so much. You're going to see the finished layout here just in a second. I've got to get my date stamp on here. This was just a little cut apart piece on one of the papers from that Hard Candy Christmas line, and I'm just using this as a little label for my date, and I'm just going to tuck it at the bottom because I didn't like it at the side of my photos. But here's what the finished layout looks like. I absolutely love how this one came together. I hope you guys enjoyed this process today, and if you have any questions, as usual, leave them in the comments below, along with the comment to be entered into winning that gift card. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.